today's budget reminds me of an assless bucket leaking beyond control. There was a time of day that leaks before a budget was announced would lead to ministers' heads rolling. Now, with this slippery government, God only knows, but the leaks could have been at the top and won't be dealt with. This budget was meant to give away a budget, be a giveaway budget, and some did get something. But when you look into the budget in more detail, you have to ask who's going to be better off after this budget. Those who have been looking into it this evening have said that only 23% of the ordinary working men and women will benefit anything out of this budget. The only way to tackle inflation in this country, so all could have benefited, was to decrease the fuel. This affects almost every man and woman over the age of 16 in my own constituency. To the naked eyes, today's announcement is like you are decreasing fuel. But I will read out what you have done, a kind of a con job on the people, Minister. On the taxation side, I am extending the current excise reduction of 21 cent per litre in respect to petrol and 16 cent per litre in respect to diesel. That's already given, so you give absolutely nothing. But what you are going to do, and look at page 15, if you'll give me the couple of seconds. On carbon tax, you're going to increase it. The rate per tonne of carbon dioxide emitted for petrol and diesel will go up from €41 to €48.50 from October the 12th, as per whatever. So, in other words, not a decrease, it's an increase we're going to see. And the ordinary people of rural Ireland are going to be ripped asunder again. See, and you try to con them. We'll just carry on instead of coming in here and be honest and say we're not going to do anything with the fuel because the Greens are wagging the tail. Listen, even we don't have the public transport. We have no choice but to use what we have. And I questioned last Thursday, I questioned the Minister for Transport in the Dáil in relation to public transport in my own constituency, West Cork, and the answer was, I can't afford it. If I could, I'd deliver it. But why can't he afford it is because he has wasted the carbon tax money that was pulled out of the people's pockets in rural Ireland and spent it on pet projects around our capital. Even after this government giving a 20% decrease to public transport almost all around Dublin and close to the capital, this has not been given to the people of rural Ireland yet. So the fact is that we have no decrease in fuel, coupled with no end to carbon tax in these horrid times, which is what the people of rural Ireland begged me to deliver, and unfortunately this government has failed to deliver. But instead, they will heap further misery on the people of rural Ireland. Unless I'm mistaken, there is no decrease in home heating oil and no decrease in the bag of coal, the simple bag of coal that almost every home has. In 2020, the price of a litre of home heating oil was 42 cents a litre. Now the cheapest you will get it is 82.5 cents a litre. This is to the ordinary mother and fathers and also elderly people will be cost them at least $1,500 plus extra this year to heat their homes if they use oil and coal, which most people have no choice in comparison to other years. But of course the Greens wag the tail, and this government's answer to this crisis is to shut a blind eye. Look at the bag of coal, over €40 a bag. That was €20 or so less not so long ago. The answer is the sticky plaster one with €12 in the pension or on social welfare extra. Try and go out, Minister, and buy a home heating oil, buy a bag of coal, buy a bale of briquettes and see, or a bit of turf if you're allowed, and see how far €12 will go. It's nothing short of a disgrace, and nothing less than €20 a week was acceptable by our rural independent group. I have not been able to study the budget in more detail, but from what I can see, the budget for health, I see nothing for Parkinson's sufferers. And I will stand here and accept that if I'm wrong and find out that in the next few days, I will get up here and stand clearly and apologise. But that is nothing but astonishing if that is the case, because they desperately needed Parkinson's nurses, and if the Minister hasn't delivered on that, even almost got a lot of very near promises on that, it will be an absolute disgrace. Education, it would be wrong of me not to welcome the free books to all primary school goers, something we have heard over the weekend in one of those famous leaks. But what about those who go to secondary school? What did these children ever do to the Minister for Education while in school that you won't give them free books? Why pick on them here in this budget today? Also, the extra funds to clean up the mess with the bus tickets will be most welcome. This is nothing short of a shambles. And listen to a Fianna Fáil TD on Radio 1 yesterday, it is obvious they haven't a clue who did not get tickets. Yes, constituency tickets holders did not get tickets, but those who are entitled to get tickets on bus routes in Bandon, Clonakilty, Kinsale, Skibbereen, Bantry, out to the Mizenhead, Bear and Sheepshead, who were entitled to get tickets, did not get tickets. And what was Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael's answer in West Cork was the whole public meetings, basically carrying the fools further, instead of accepting that there was only one way to solve this, and that was put on extra buses and bigger buses. The free ticket system sounds great, but when you announce something and then go into hiding, something seriously wrong, leaving hard-working families picking up the stress, and to make matters worse, I know some people, and two in my own, working for me in my own office, got tickets and they never asked for them. And one of them was even going to school. Their child wasn't. It's an astonishing cock-up that's going on there. While I'm on about education, I'm not sure have you decreased or increased the capitation grant for primary schools. Many of them can't afford to put on the home heating oil. Of course, maybe that's the green way of dealing with them this year. And many can't pay the electricity bill, leaving some schools ringing the local parish priest to cover up to pay these bills. Yes, I said the local parish priest, all these church-bashing TDs that come in here every week, it's the local church is now paying the bills to keep the heating and the lights on in some of the schools. Many more schools are making a decision to pay out what they have and leave the electric and oil bills come in and send them on to the department. If they don't, the power will go out, and so will the school close down. So, we're led into a serious situation here. Whether that's been dealt with or not, I'd like to know is the devil in the detail here. What did the farmers get today? I've been looking at some of this. I don't see nothing. A few quid for slurry tanks. I don't see no delivery for farmers here. The green diesel is outrageous. And they were desperately in need of some bit of a delivery there, and it hasn't happened. A shocking disaster for farming. And I'm telling the farm organisers to wake up and stop lying around and running around and rubbing shoulders with government. It's time to wake up and stand up for the dairy farmer, stand up for the suckler farmer, the sheep farmer, the people who need it. They're talking about a few schemes here. That's funding from Europe. They'll soon tie into that now and say they're delivering here too in relation to that. And fishing, zero. The one thing the rest of Europe is doing to protect their fishermen is to decrease the fuel, cut the VAT and fuel for fishermen. Ireland done zilch for them. Tourism, 9% to 13.5% next February. You're covering up again. I met with the tourism sector in West Cork, the Emmett Hotel, the Fernhill House Hotel owners, the Celtic Ross Hotel owners. Brilliant people, delivering affordable hotel rooms to the people of Ireland, and now they're going to face a 13.5% increase. And you're cutting the people, because inside here it's we'll continue the 9%, and then in small writing until February. So the devil is in the detail a lot in this. A lot, and the concrete products, the blocks and the ready mix again, poured down on top of the ordinary people that are trying to build their homes. It's scandalous in a lot of ways.